you need to know that they are normally not gonna micromanage you on what the regulatory rules are around the type of business you're gonna open. That's your responsibility. Hello, my darlings. If you are a business owner that is applying to have a shop within a Renaissance Festival Park as one of your outlets or venues, you need to know that they are normally not gonna micromanage you on what the regulatory rules are around the type of business you're gonna open. That's your responsibility. As a business owner, you have to do the due diligence of what regulatory agencies must I get clearance with, what labor law or workers' comp law or minimum wage law must I make sure I'm meeting, sales tax rules, all of these things. Those are on you to find out what they are and learn what they are. And then some categories are going to have more regulatory hoops to jump through. For example, as a food and beverage vendor, I have to have licensing with the state liquor board. I have to have licensing with the state health department. I get inspections from both of those. I have extensive paperwork I have to do for those in the off season to maintain my licenses. And all of that is on me. I have to have a ServSafe certification for myself and for every manager, and that has to be, valid. They expire, so you have to get them redone every now and then. But that's because food safety is there because you could inadvertently kill someone if you don't know the rules around food safety. So it's good that we have these regulatory bodies. But the festival management is not going to micromanage you other than possibly saying this is the day the health inspector's coming in. Sometimes they'll be involved to a level of the health inspector has asked the vendor coordinator to collect all the licenses and have them all on a chart, maybe have a map of what order they're doing the inspections in. Depends entirely on how many times those inspectors come out. I've done shows where the inspectors came out every weekend. So pretty soon they know their way around and they don't need somebody to be shuttling them from shop to shop around the site. But you can expect information from the office like, hey, the state workers' comp law has changed and you are now going to have to prove workers' compensation coverage on every pass holder, every person in your employ, and even if they're not in your employ, if they're an independent contractor, if they're getting a pass on your business name, you've got to prove that there's workers' comp on them, or that they are carrying their own liability insurance. There's more than one show that has that as the rule. But this is all on the business owner. We are concessionaires within a park. We are not business partners with the park. We are independent businesses that have to know how to run an independent business. So I have to know the difference between my licensed premise for producing food and cottage law for food, right? So I had someone approach me and want to sell me cakes that they sell at a farmer's market, except that they use a cottage license, which means they have to sell to their final purchaser. They can't sell to another purveyor. They can't even sell to a store that's going to sell their stuff. That's Texas cottage law, and Texas cottage law is built to protect small farmers and small producers. But it means that there's not a lot of, they don't have to jump through as many hoops, which means that it's not legal for sale as a finished product to the public. Now, it sounds like the festival doesn't, I actually said that the festival's not going to micromanage you on this. However, if you're not meeting legal requirements for the type of business that you run, the festival absolutely can void your contract, because that's your responsibility as a business owner, is to be running a legal business on their grounds. So it behooves you to know all of the things related to the type of business that you want to open. And there's a lot of like small, independent type people out here. So Renaissance people as a whole are not the people that love regulations. We kind of consider ourselves outsider industry people, right? We're making it up as we go along. But we still have to follow all of the laws. And the festival is not going to risk their venue so that you can slide through a loophole. So that's it for today. Just quick and easy. Make sure you know all the laws that apply to your type of business before you open it in someone else's piece of property, because if they find out that you are not doing it right, they are not going to want to have you there.